Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is Defub21, and lo and behold, surprise, surprise, another new video game trailer. And again, another surprise and surprise again, another announcement trailer for, as far as I'm aware, an unannounced game that was not known until now. This time the game is simply called The Culling. Never heard of it before, never heard of the developer before. So without further ado, let's take a look and then I'll let you know what I think.
In a remote island paradise, 16 contestants will have 20 minutes to explore, scavenge items, craft weapons, build traps, hunt and kill each other. There is no second place. Only one can be crowned the winner. Have the guts to survive. Guess what? That guy did not survive. That guy is definitely dead. So dead. So dead.
Well. The continuing pervading influence of both Minecraft, with in other words, crafting being a major element of game design, or should I say, becoming a major element in game design in a wide variety of games, and to a degree, I think maybe DayZ as well, and obviously, if you want to even throw that in from a non-gaming influence, certainly the first two Hunger Games movies, that's basically what you're dealing with here. It's a 16-player kind of open world survival game, but rather than being more larger scale, kind of more open world, something that's very big like Grand Theft Auto, I'd say it's a bit more contained. How much so, I don't know, but again, if the matches only last 20 minutes each, which I think it's a good idea. It's not, you can't really, 20 minutes is an interesting number because it's not too short, but it's not too long. It would allow for, you can't really have a 16-player kind of open world kind of sandbox multiplayer game with crafting in it and have a very small contained kind of maps that the game's over in 5 to 10 minutes. It needs to be a bit longer than that, so 20 minutes sounds a bit right. Half an hour probably be a bit wrong, although again, we'll have to see when it comes out. Again, it's another early access game from a publisher / developer I've never heard of. If you have heard of them, please let me know in the comments. But it is in my view, the right kind of announcement trailer, in that there's no CGI sequences. It's all in-game. It all gives you kind of an idea what the game looks like, what the game, certainly at least one game map, looks like, gameplay mechanics and so on. Crafting, creating traps. There's obviously buildings in it as well, crafting weapons of one kind or another, and then obviously horribly murderizing each other with whatever weapons you can get your hands on and or craft yourself. So whether it turns out to be good or bad, again, who knows at this stage, but it is a pretty decent announcement trailer. It gives you an idea of what to expect in the game. Again, it's out on early access in the 8th month of this year, which I assume is, yes, April is the 4th. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, it's available in August then, so it's it's a bit of a busy time of year to be a small indie releasing game. But again, if it's out in early access, I would assume it wouldn't actually be a final release until 2017. So they probably have some breathing room there. But again, it's a bit of a busy period to be releasing a game, even if it's just on early access. But I'm not sure. I was a bit afraid when I was looking at the trailer initially that it might have been some sort of what's the word for it? Some sort of MOBA, but because a lot of them tend to be kind of styled that way. When we say that and hear that number of players, you think, oh, MOBA, or that number of characters, that must be a MOBA. But no, this is not it. I don't think I've heard or seen of a multiplayer game or a game with a multiplayer mode quite like this, where you've got kind of an open world map, crafting, fighting that lasts 20 minutes. I mean, you've got things like DayZ, but those are much larger scale, much more kind of prolonged experiences. I mean, you could play that game with one character in a single player session for hours and hours and hours. This is just, much more bite-sized at 20 minutes. So whether it'll turn out to be a good idea or not, we'll have to wait till see. But I think it's a good announcement trailer. Gives you a good idea what the game looks like, what the gameplay looks like. And it seems to be coming from what I assume to be a relatively small indie developer. Although, again, actually considering the quality of the assets, who knows how many people were working there. But again, these days you can buy so much store-bought assets. You've got things like random tree generators and so on that can produce quite a bit of content using a relatively small team these days. Again, it's not going to be, in terms of production values, it's not going to be a $60 to $100 million AAA game. So you got to temper your expectations. But yeah, it's a decent trailer. Nothing bad about it at all. No negatives to it. I would say, unlike some of the previous announcement trailers that have come out this month, there appear to be a good stream of them coming out in January and so far into early February, which in retrospect, it is a quiet enough time of year. You don't hear many big budget, high profile games being announced in January, February usually. So if you want to get attention, this is a good time to do it. So that's my 2 cents on this. Decent trailer, much better than some of the more recent launch trailers I've had the misfortune of having to look at. But we'll see what we'll see. Yeah, good first step in the PR/propaganda campaign. Anyway, this is Defub21. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video as well, if you haven't already. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I do respond to comments, so your thoughts, your criticisms on the video, on me, all will be welcome. So for the time being, toodaloo.